Yo, what is up guys? It's Enric Cartel, back with another video. And this one is a sports video. And the first sports I'm ever going to do on this What If channel is Blue Lock. As you heard of Blue Lock or read it, well, at least heard of it, it's very popular. It's a sports anime. And we've been waiting for weeks. This is the peak anime. This is better than Haikyuu, whatever. And it's also better than Ayoshi, because Ayoshi was another soccer anime. Have you also heard of others? Kuroko no Basket, and also Haikyuu, Ayoshi, and other boxing basically. And basically another one, but it's basically a fight one, but it's more MMA, is King and Ashura. You should read it and watch it. It's on Netflix. Just type it in, bro. I'm telling you, you will get obsessed with it. You won't be able to click off, but sometimes it does get boring. So yeah. So probably go for the more later chapters and also later episodes of this. So let's get started. And this is all going to be episode 1 basically. I'm gonna do episode 2 and 3, maybe on part 2. So yeah, we'll see. And I could read the manga. I could literally read the manga, so we could do like part 4 and the others. But I don't know. I really don't know. If it's most mangas that I don't read, if it's not in color, I don't read. But since this one interesting, and I already know how this is gonna go from the anime, why not read it so I can push out more content. So yeah, let's get started. So we get Isagi. Him and his team, they're going against Masukage High School. As Isagi, he says, now I gotta tie the score. As he looks up at the scoreboard, it's 1-0. As Ichiran, which is Isagi's high school soccer ball team, they got 0 points, like I said. So he's basically running, right? He's running, dribbling the ball, crossing people up, weave, and he goes for a pass. Since his teammate Tato told him to pass it, as soon as he kicks, it hit the goalpost. So it bounces off the goal. It then goes in the other team's hand, basically. As now Kira is basically handling the ball and he shoots it. Now it's 2-0. As everyone's jumping up. Even his fangirls are fanboying all over him, screaming his name, Kira Ryosuke, basically like that. As Kira's getting interviewed and whatever, as his team is also jumping because they won, but Ichiran High School wasn't so fortunate. As Isagi, if he shot that ball, and probably the fate would have changed. It would have probably kept going, at least tied the score. But he's just been clumsy again and careless. Just passed it to someone else. Sometimes he even thought about just being selfish and more egotistical, just scoring more points than his teammates, not even care for it actually, and getting more points than his opponents. So, but he says, what, maybe we'll be better and, go to the actual nationals next time. As, majority of it is 30 years and the other one is second year, as Isagi is second year. But, they all walk out because after they get the motivational speech from the coach, we cut to Isagi. As he's on his bike and he's walking with it, just thinking, one for all and all for one. One for all and all for one. As he's starting to tear up, as he basically screams. As he says, I just wanted to win, becoming a World Cup. As he's also having flashbacks of him playing soccer in middle school, getting compliments from people, and also watching what is his name? Noah, Europe's best player in the soccer league. So he wanted to be just like him, but looks like his dreams are just dreams and they can never become reality. As he says he just wanted a second chance, as he hears a voice in his head. You want a second chance, huh? He says, yeah. He says, well, I am the Nano machine and I will guide you to become the best player in the league. As Isagi, I don't know if I could say Isagi, Yoichi, or Isagi, but I'm basically say Isagi or Isagi. But Isagi, he looks up as he sees this little window screen. It says, "Hi, I'm the Nano Machine. I'm going to guide you to be the best in the league." He says, "Didn't I just hear that?" He says, "Yes, you did. But I'm just rephrasing it because basically that's what I do." As he says, "So what are you?" As he's looking through, he says, "Well, basically, I can insert this database into your brain, and with my data, you'll be able to know what I can do and what I am." He says, "Oh, go ahead." He says, "All right, will you like it for it to happen with pain or not? Do you want to go to sleep while you like get the injection or not?" He says, "No, let me stay up." As you know, this is where he messed up because it's gonna hurt bad. So after that, after the basically installation, yeah. So after it's installing, after the installation is complete, now basically after insertion, Isagi, he feels the pain as he starts to throw whatever, but he has more knowledge about the Nano Machine. And he says, "Wow, I do understand." As to the Nano Machine, it just says, "Thanks." He says, "What should I call you?" And he says, "I don't know, whatever you like." He says, "Nano, I'm gonna call you that." And he says, "All right, my name is gonna be Nano from now on." He says, "Nano, so how am I going to be better?" He says, "Well, I do have a simulation training option." He says, "Oh, that's nice." As he says, "All right, well, after dinner, I'll see what all of this is about." As he says, "Okay, system will mute itself." As after dinner, whatever, talking to his parents, he go out the back door and, he says, "So, well, I don't have that much space, so I don't think I'm going to do this." Says, "Oh, don't worry about it." As it shifts reality, as it's a whole soccer field, as there's a dome that covers it. So basically, there's a dome, basically like in Bakugan. So no one won't be able to see what's happening. Well, they'll see what's happening, but it's a whole different thing, basically. Sort of like a domain expansion. As this soccer field, as he knows more 3D and 5D, and it's all hologram. As Isagi's like, "Wow, this is like the same stadium I just played earlier today." As it says, "You're right, cause I can now shift reality from this to this. This is what your backyard look like. This is what the league soccer field look like." As he says, "So who I'm going to be going against? You could go against yourself or anybody you played, or for example, you go against your clone. And if you go against yourself, you basically find out what you do wrong, and what are the mistakes you be making. As this is a identical copy of you. You can also change the difficulty level from the hologram." It says, "Okay," but it says, "Don't think it'll take on you lightly, cause it feels real." As Isagi, he goes to tap it. It says, "Wow, it does. And my hand's not even going through it." It says, "See?" And he says, "What are you, Nano?" It says, "A Nano Machine." It says, "Oh, right." So, Nano Machine, he starts it 3, 2, 1. As Isagi, he's going against himself. As he's dribbling the ball and whatever. And, basically starts to get in egotistical mode. It says, "Wow, Isagi, you're in your ego mode." He says, "What is that?" Basically, the egotistical mode, basically you're in the zone. And you can devour others. You basically control the field. You manipulate everything you do. And your perception is very different. Make sure to keep this tip. Basically, this is an advice for you. All soccer is about scoring more points than your opponents. And it's more about teamwork, and also you need to know the fundamentals and how to function while playing soccer." As Isagi says, "Right." As Isagi, he also goes against basically who else? Kira. As he goes against Kira Ryosuke, Kira, he basically set it on a high difficulty. He's been doing that all night. After that, he finally beat him. As he says, "Now I know your patterns, and I also know my mistakes also." As he also gained a new skill, metavision, which he uses spatial awareness. So basically, he knows how to analyze everything and has a grasp on the field. Gives him high advantage. And he gains another one, which is dribble. basically dribble. He basically like dribble the ball, the soccer like more efficient. Like how you see Noah Summer, basically Noel Summer, European's best player in the league. What I stated earlier. Noah has this, and well, not Noah has it, but well, machine dribble. He basically, you know what I'm saying? He basically dribble like toss up people, anything like that, and those special trick moves. And he also can do feints also. And he also has what? What should I call it? Control shot. You basically see a little dot at the ball. It tells them where to hit the ball at a point. Basically in Fortnite, you know, you hit the pickaxe, and it tells you that if you hit this little circle, you'll be able to like get the match faster and like destroy the tree faster. Basically, I don't play too much of Fortnite, so I really don't know, but I think it was like that. And so now Isagi basically learns that and just starts training for it. But you know, later on, he wake up and he sees his mom and dad, and they say, "Well, Isagi-kun, you also got a little envelope. It's from the football union. Here's what it says: We will invite you to Blue Lock to become the world's best striker. Accept or no? But if you accept, we will guarantee you will be the world's best." As Isagi, he sees this as a second chance, and he says, "Why not?" So he walks up, but he also meets Kira, and he says, "What, Kira? What are you doing?" And he says, "Oh, hi, Isagi-kun. You're from East German High School, right?" He says, "Yeah. It was just playing like before the nationals, whatever." He says, "Oh, well, nice game." He says, "If you and me were on the same team, I would guarantee that basically will be like throwing like good passes to me, because Isagi, he's a forward and he's also a good passer also, as you can see. He's pretty quick." So yeah, as Isagi, he basically sees these as compliments, and he's starting to like blush a little bit. Well, not blush, but be flattered. And he says, "Wow, Kira-kun is actually complimenting me." They say, "Well, we know what's waiting for us, right? Let's go inside." He says, "Sure." As they all walk in, they see a whole ton of dudes staring at them, giving them these devious, looks, as they're staring at them menacingly. And, he's like, "There's a ton of dudes up in here." As, Kira, he's always calling some of the people out, because he already know them. As, he's like telling me who's this, who's that. As Isagi, as he's looking around, he go in his analytic skill, because he also got one. Well, it's not really skill, it's a mode, as it's passive actually. So as he enters it, you basically see who everybody is, and the system, it shows their ranks also, and Isagi can see who's who's basically the best here, because their ranks, their numbers like look by their rank. As Isagi himself sees that he's one of the dead last, as his rank is 299 and the other one is 300. As we get Jinpachi Ego, as he walks on from the side of the stage, as he introduces himself, as he's also going on with his statements and claims that he's been saying, as he wants to reshape and want Japan to win the World Cup. As it says, we all picked you, and all 300 of you are now going to be in the 318 and under Blue Lock program. And this place is only the survival of the fittest. As he says, your friends, your teammates are not your friends here, guys, alright? Score more points, your ranks will go up. Win more battles, your rank will go up also. As the first round, you'll find out later, and basically all of this. But Kira, whatever, and many others, they don't like this. As they say, they want to be with their real team and go and play with the nationals and go to the World Cup together with them. As everyone's like, "Yeah, what is this? And why we all gotta stay with each other in one room?" As he says, "I don't know what's wrong with this backwards country," but he sort of motivates them. As Isagi, he's just like, "You know what, forget about it. I'm walking through those doors." As everyone else, they say, you know what, let me in. As, everyone just starts going in as, they're determined and they think they can. So after Isagi being the first one to run through the doors, everyone else, they say, fine, I'll play your dumb game. As they start running through the doors also. As you can hear 300 people yelling and screaming, shouting while going through them doors. And, they're going to all common sense, basically. As Jinpachi Ego starts smiling deviously as his plan worked to convince those boys, to sign up for Blue Lock. As that, we get to the bus as they're driving off to the Blue Lock facility. As Isagi, he's looking down at his shirt and he says, 299Z. I guess I'm in room Z, huh? As Nano says, yep, you are at your destination. But he says, what does these numbers mean? He says, well, they are your ranks, and you're the second last person on the leaderboard. So they basically see you borderline trash. As he says, well, thanks, Nano. He says, you're welcome. He says, whatever. Now, Isagi, he begins to walk in the room, step from step, as they're very loud, as the room is silent. As he's still holding his suits, whatever, as everyone, they're looking at him. As, they just stand there in silence. As, Kira, he's the only person who's to speak up. He says, Isagi-kun, looks like I finally be in a room with someone I know. He says, hey, Kira-kun. As he says, so, what are we doing? He says, well, you should put on your suit. And looks like we're all on the same team, huh? As Isagi says, yeah, you're correct. As he can already see everyone's rankings because he basically has the analysis vision, basically. So he see anything, not metavision, whatever. It's basically from the Nano machine. It basically tells them their names or whatever and their stats and also basically what rank they are in. So, yeah. As he's looking at everyone, he says, well, these ranks are higher than mine. As, he, accidentally touches Bachira. And he says, what is he doing? Is he asleep? As he says, pass the ball, Zico. As, Isagi, he's like, what is he dreaming about? And, he gets a towel thrown out. Or some white shirt. As we see Rensuke Kunigami, he says, oh, sorry, I threw my shirt too hard. He says, oh, you're all right. But before that, we see Jinpachi. He gets on, the television. And he says, now, basically, guys, we're going to be doing a game of tag. You have 136 seconds. And, the person who's the lowest rank, they start first because they're it. All I have to do is tag someone with the ball, and no hands are allowed. And that's against the rules, basically. And he says, and if you're it by the time, the clock, stops, it goes off to 0, you, basically leave. You'll be locked off. That's what they call it. That's what he call it, locked off, or basically you'll leave, basically. So he says also, people who loses in Blue Lock will never play for Japan. As he says, what I'm trying to build here is ego. So hopefully you guys are paying attention and basically took notes already. So he says, all right, we'll start. The clock is at 136 seconds, 2 minutes and 27 seconds. That's equivalent to 136 seconds, if if you're wondering why. So the timer starts, and, Igarashi, he's it. He says, all right, well, looks like I'm the first one it then. As we get another teammate, he's basically screaming. He says, you're actually going to believe him? And he says, what if? So basically, he just says, all right, I'm just going to kick the ball, and whoever it hits, I'm not it anymore. Lucky for me. As now, he just started kicking the ball everywhere. As everyone, they run in separate directions. It's just crap. But, he hits, what is it?
well, he can't hit no one. So he hits, he tries to hit someone, but, he tries to hit, I forgot. Oh, yeah, Bachira. I forgot his name already. So he tries to hit Bachira, but, basically MMA kicks the guy before he can, like, touch him. As he says, bam. As, his teeth and blood starts, like foaming out his man's mouth. He says, "What the heck, man?" And he says, basically, Bachira, he basically states that, he says, only feet are allowed. He didn't say feet were against the rule, didn't he? As, Igarashi, he says, whatever. As he kicks it to, like, Kunigami, because Kunigami, he, like, put his guard down and said, sorry for the cut there, but he let his guard down and said, "Hey, play fair." He says, "Whatever, Mister Straight Laced Guy." But Kunigami, he gets kicked in the face. He says, "You bastard, I'll destroy you." As he's aiming for Igarashi, as he says, "All right then." As he shoots the ball with a powerful kick, as he is ranked 291, so it's not bad. That's like way better than Isagi's. So, you get Igarashi. He holds on to Isagi as Isagi's like, let me go. As he got Isagi into a chokehold, he says, here, this guy. As Kunigami's zoned out, or aka Ichigo 2.0. He kicks the ball and he's mad, so he doesn't know what he's doing. And he kicks it to Isagi, but he says, oh well, wrong guy. As Isagi, he don't know what to do. As now it hit 59 seconds. As Isagi, he doesn't know what to do, whatever. And he's about to go he's about to hit it at what is it? He's about to hit it at who now? I think Bachira or Igarashi, but he says no. Let's go for the strongest guy here. Gotta beat the strongest guy. As he aims for Bachira. As he didn't want to go for Kira or none of them. He wanted to go for Bachira. As he aims it at him. But Bachira, he steals the ball. He says, right, aim for the strongest one here. As he goes for Kira. As Kira, he's running and he's running the opposite directions. So he doesn't becomes it. And he says, what the? As Bachira is flying. He's flying. The ball's flying also. As, the ball, it starts to go to Ichigo. As, Ichigo, he gets into that, spatial awareness and egotistical state. As he says, I don't want my fate to be ruined. As it hit 3, 2, as the system's basically Nano Machine says, hurry up and kick it. As Isagi, he says, fine, 1. As he says, Pshh! And just, bro, I don't know. I can't even explain the kick into words, bro. It's just immaculate, right? So he kicks it right, and it basically hits Kira in the face. And, Isagi, he's breathing heavily. And you could see his eyes, bro. A little scribble scrabble. That's how you know he was zoned in. As, Nano saying, great job. Looks like you'll be able to, continue, Isagi. As he says, thanks, Nano. As we get Kira. He's basically rage quitting, right? He says, this isn't fair. I played so I could teach the guy a lesson and prove him wrong, right? And that's basically it. And he says, Kira. As Kira, he's basically mad, bro. He's mad. This man is livid. As you can see his veins popping out of his face, and he's just grinding his teeth, when you put your teeth together and you just move it side to side. Basically, that's it. And yeah, that's basically it. And we have the little dream or whatever with him and his mom in the room, basically tell him ever since he was 4 years old, he's been wanting to play soccer. So yeah, and I think I've done decent on this one, and I'm going to make it a complete series. I might actually do, I don't know about finale, bro. You know how much I'm going to be going to? I'm going to have to make 2 episodes or even 3 one vid. So I don't know, I might do half of Blue Lock for this series, or I don't know basically. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. Peace.